that are put in the paper for the immediately following the end of the parade. Suggestion, Leo?
Sounds good.
Right.
And I'd like to call Jennifer Yingling, if she could come up, please, Jen. Jennifer has a presentation to make to the Joint Veterans on behalf of the Yingling family.
Thank you, Mayor Riley. On behalf of my family, I wish to present to the Joint Veterans Council the diaries of my grandfather, Richard L. Yingling Sr., of his missions during World War II over the Pacific Ocean. There were 34 missions, and they spanned from October 1944, through March of 1945. Thank you.
87 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who here gave their lives so that that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here have consecrated it, far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little note, nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living, rather, to be dedicated here to the unfinished work, which they who fought here have thus far nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion, that we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from this earth.
Lieutenant Colonel James J. Rose.
What Memorial Day means to me and how it has evolved over my time serving in the armed forces. As with most things in life, one's experience forms the most lasting impression, and this occasion is no different. When I was a young officer and sent to Saudi Arabia during Desert Storm, I was not exposed to the dirty, nasty business war is. From the safety of my duty station, when I heard 383 service members were killed, I thought about it in the abstract. It was sad, upsetting. Enjoy the beautiful summer day, but I humbly request in the near future, when you get some quiet time, briefly pause and think that at that very moment, there's a service member manning a combat outpost in Afghanistan, or preparing to patrol with Iraqi Army soldiers in Baghdad, or executing a humanitarian aid mission in the Horn of Africa to relieve suffering. They willingly do this 24/7, 365 days a year, in all weather and in multiple deployments. It is their and my honor to serve our country, our community, and family to ensure their continued security and freedom.
In Flanders fields, the poppies blow. Between the crosses, row on row, that mark our place. And in the sky, the larks still bravely singing in fly, scarce heard amid the guns below. We are the dead. Short days ago, we lived, felt dawn, saw sunsets glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe. To you from failing hands we throw the torch, to be yours, to hold it high. If ye break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders fields.